Okay, so jumping right into the look, I'm going to start off with a primer, and of course, my current favorite is this one from Benefit. It is their Stay Don't Stray eye primer in the shade Medium Deep, and so I'm simply applying that onto the lids and then blending it all out using my middle finger. Next, in order to set everything in place, I'm taking my NARS pressed powder in the shade Mountain and applying a light layer of that onto the entire lid from the lash line all the way up to my brow. First eyeshadow that I'm going to be working with is Peach Smoothie, and this here is from Geek. So I'm going to be taking that with my tapered blending brush and applying it onto the crease using circular and windshield wiping motions. And just simply going back around 2 times in order to build the color intensity just a little bit. It's not really going to show a whole lot right now, but it's going to be a really nice transition base. Next shade that I'm going to be using is Creme Brulee, also from Geek. It's a little bit of a warmer tone, so this one is going to show a little bit more. And I'm going to be applying it with the exact same brush and in the exact same way as my previous shade. So back and forth in circular and windshield wiping motions along the crease area. Using the shade Burnt Orange from the Anastasia palette, I'm going to be grabbing that with the same brush as before and applying it in the exact same areas. So this is all very repetitive, but it is slowly building the color intensity up so that it starts out really light and then it gets a little bit warmer and deeper and deeper and deeper, and then that way it looks like a really nice gradient and it's a lot easier to blend. Using the shade Cocoa Bear from Geek, I'm going to be applying that using a smaller blending brush than before, and I'm going to be dragging that into the crease, building the color intensity up as I go and blending in between applications. So simply taking that brush, dragging it into the crease, blending, and then grabbing more product and applying it in the exact same spot as before. So right into the crease, starting at the outer V and then dragging it inward. This way it nicely applies and it won't be too harsh and too hard to blend afterward. If you start off slow and you blend in between applications, it'll always look really, really nice and blended, and it'll all look really smooth. Going back into the Anastasia palette, I'm going to be reaching for Red Ochre this time and applying it onto the crease with the exact same brush as the previous step, so the smaller blending brush, and simply building the color intensity up while blending in between applications, just like the previous step. Using this beautiful cranberry red shade, this is a foiled eyeshadow also from Geek. It is in the shade Curtain Call. I'm going to be applying it with my finger onto the entire mobile lid area. So from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner and stopping right at the crease. That is going to be the entire mobile lid area, and that is where I'll be applying it and building it up using my finger. I feel like foiled eyeshadows, I don't know why, but when I apply them with a brush, they're not as intense as I would like them to be, and when I apply them with my finger, it's a totally different story. So that is why I choose to apply it with my index finger rather than grabbing any of my brushes. Once I'm done applying the shade on the lid, I'm going to grab the previous blending brush, so the smaller one, without adding any additional product. I'm going to be blending in between the crease shade and the lid shade, so that way it all looks nice and seamless and like one rather than 2 very obviously separate colors. Next, using this eyeliner from Beauty for Real, this one is in the shade Black Magic, so it's essentially just really black. I'm going to be applying that on top of my lash line, as close to the lash line as I possibly can get, before moving on with a pencil brush in order to diffuse that line a little bit. For mascara today, I'm going to be reaching for my current favorite for my natural lashes, which is this Beauty for Real High Def Mascara, and I'm going to be applying a couple of really good coats. Starting off on the face, I'm going to begin by applying some Professional Pore Filler. This one here is from Benefit, and I'm going to not only apply it to the sides of my nose where I need to fill in my pores, but I'm going to bring that product all the way up to the under eye area because it definitely does make a difference in smoothing out the under eye area for me. Next for me comes color correcting. This one here is from Becca. It is their under eye brightening corrector, and I'm simply going to be applying that onto the under eye area using my clean ring finger. For foundation today, I decided to go with a medium coverage foundation, which is why I reached for my Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation in the shade Warm Nude. And simply applying that with the applicator that it comes with, I was able to wash this and get it clean. However, the foundation did stain the sponge. So you can definitely clean the sponge, but it is going to be stained from the foundation. So for concealer today, surprise, I am not using my Tarte Shape Tape. Instead, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and this one is in the shade Medium. I really wanted to incorporate this in a video because I feel like it's a really good concealer, and it's a drugstore concealer, so definitely on the inexpensive side, and it performs really well. And then of course blended everything out using my damn beauty blender, followed by some RCMA No Color powder, loose powder. I'm simply going to be grabbing that with my beauty blender and placing it underneath the eye area in order for everything to set. For my brows today, I'm actually going to be using these two brow products, the first being the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown, and the next being the Brow Stylist Definer from L'Oreal in the shade Dark Brunette. I feel like by using two different shades, one darker than the other, it adds a little bit of dimension to my brow, which I absolutely like. For the waterline, I'm going to be using this Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Liner. I absolutely love this because it's not too brown and it's not too black. It's like right in the middle. I don't know, I really like adding this onto the waterline in order to close my eye and really give it more of a smoky look. And then taking some of the Cocoa Bear and Peach Smoothie eyeshadows, combining them together in a pencil brush and smoking out the bottom lash line. And then of course finishing off the eyes with some mascara on my bottom lashes. For contouring and bronzing, I'm going to be using my 2-in-1, which is my go-to Hoola bronzer from Benefit, and I'm going to be applying that onto the hollows of my cheeks while swirling my brush upward in order to get that bronzing effect to go up. So it's going to start like a contour and then it's going to bronze up the face also, and that way it also overlaps with my blush so that you can't tell where one ends and the other one begins. For highlight today, I'm going to be using this bad boy. It is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is the collaboration that she did with Nicole Guerriero, or Guerrero, as a lot of people say, but there's an I in there. It confuses me. Anyway, I'm taking the shade Kitty Cat and applying that onto the inner corners of my eye for some highlight pop there. I'm also going to be taking that same shade and applying it onto the tops of my cheeks, but of course, per usual, dragging it down my cheeks so that the whole cheek is nice and highlighted. And then I'm going to be also applying that same shade onto the brow bone area in order to give it some pop. Since I am planning on using some liquid lipstick for this look, I'm going to be giving my lips a good scrub beforehand using this Beauty For Real Lip Revival Scrub. So just giving my lips a nice scrub before wiping it all away and then applying the shade Ophelia from the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick line. This one I believe is a new shade. I really love this shade, but I decided that it was just a little bit too light and I wanted to darken the lip. So I grabbed the shade Lolita, also from the same Kat Von D line, and applied that on top of it. But now I still think, I don't know, I should have gone with a different lip. I like it, but I think I should have gone with a different lip. Anyway, that is it for today's look. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video and that you enjoyed this look. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video.